that's the thing with like what Sirpo was just saying about letting that pride drown you. Like it's just like, cause it's like, yo, even though we might not agree on everything going into this project, we might not agree on everything going into this episode.
Right.
But how we're moving throughout the episode, how we're gonna talk about the episode later, how we're gonna plan the next one is what's gonna be important. Like the respect don't change.
What's your bitch with this for? I'm rolling it up. Smoke like I ain't had enough. What's your bitch with this for? I'm rolling it up. Smoke like I ain't had enough.
What's up with y'all out there? This is the Best Way to Smoke podcast, and make sure you stay elevated with Big J.
Yep, and stay smoking with Sirpo, your favorite smoking partner.
And you know you got your professional hype woman C.pop in the building. Hey y'all. How's everyone feeling?
Man, feeling good, feeling great.
That's
you know
right.
What I'm saying?
That's right.
Feeling good, feeling great. If I had some skates, I'd probably skate.
That's right, Sirpo.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, how I'm feeling?
How you feeling?
Man, hot in the motherfucker.
That's
Everything.
That's right.
On everything. Look, man, we had 420. We had 420 a little while back, man. This is the
It was a little while back.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Oh yeah, damn. Look, I went super fast though. But look, before we get into the show, you always know we do the Best Way to Smoke tip. C-pop got the tip.
I can't stand it here. So my tip of the day, and make sure y'all don't forget it, okay? You cannot open up your network to just anyone. Your network is your net worth. And
100.
the second you let that slip your mind for whatever reason, emotionally or logically, no, you cannot open up your network to just anyone.
That's a fact. I definitely agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely agree with that. I always been skeptical, and then sometimes when you take a risk and shit go bad, it makes you more skeptical and shit like that.
That's the thing too, because like you got to take a risk, like in any business,
right?
You know what I'm saying? You have to take a risk, but it's just like, when things go.
Do you think like that form of networking, business or whatever it may be, you think that's the downfall of black business? You know what I'm saying? Because once, you know what I'm saying, you get like done or see something that's remotely faulty, you know what I'm saying, to make you want to be like guarded. You know what I'm saying? Does that like close that door for you to like support other black businesses, collab with other black businesses? You know what I'm saying? Do you think that's the downfall?
No, I wouldn't say necessarily that's the downfall, but I would say it can make a person more skeptical and to a point like this. Okay, just say you might have a friend. Y'all, okay, we gonna put this together and start selling this. You know what I'm saying? Y'all formulate the business just off verbal. You know what I'm saying? Just talking and off a verbal kind of situation, verbal contract type deal. So y'all make the plan and say this, but now all of a sudden, y'all spent all this money, but now it's not the profit ain't there, and y'all ain't even getting your money back that you spent. So now it causes a rift. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like
And I feel like, and I say this to everybody, like how you move when things turn left is important.
Facts.
It ain't even just the problem. It's how you move in that problem. How are you moving under stress?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? How are you moving when shit hits the fan? Are you still 10 toes down with me, or like how are you moving? You know, and I would rather know up front. So get that the fuck away from me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. But to finish answering your question, like it's just like being skeptical. So now we had this contract verbally. So now that shit went bad. Now, okay, when I get into business with the next person that I might have a partnership with, now I'm going to say this. I'm going to say, okay, because I'm a little skeptical because it went bad, not necessarily because they black, you know what I'm saying, but just business, period. Let's put a contract in place. Mm-hmm. So now let's have a legal document to say this is what this is and this is what we selling, this is what we doing and all this kind of shit. So that way, what you call it? I was going to say the skepticism or whatever.
Skepticism?
Yeah, the skepticism. You know what I'm saying?
Skepticism.
The skepticism don't
I
have
know how
to,
to say that.
don't have to be there. You know what I mean? No more though, because you have stuff in place to kind of erase that away though. But it's a learning process because everybody don't know how to do business.
Man,
Everybody don't know how to communicate.
man.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't know how to treat people how they supposed to be treated with respect.
But just because the contract is there doesn't necessarily mean, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be like good business. You know what I'm saying? You can have
Absolutely
that
not.
contract
That's
there,
true.
you know what I'm saying, and the business still can go like faulty,
Facts.
which will raise that skepticism back again. You know what I'm saying? Which make people want to go into business just for themselves.
I was
Go ahead.
I would say like me personally, you know what I'm saying? Just say if I went from a realm of doing business the way I explained it, and now I have a contract with somebody, and now it goes bad even with the contract. I'm gonna chalk that up to just doing business really though. You know what I'm saying? But I know with that contract I have some kind of safeguards because it's a legal document saying this was supposed to be this way, this is supposed to be this way, and this is how we supposed to be moving. So if anything outside of what this contract say happens, the contract is broken. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? And
right.
whether I have to pursue it legally. You know what I'm saying? On some business shit.
It's like I'm agreeing to go into this with these contract terms. Like we're writing it down. I expect this. Like your expectations are that.
Right.
This is where we meet. This is what we're going for. Like ain't no question, about, oh well, you never said that the contract,
Right.
and it's just, or like, you know what I'm saying, or it wasn't supposed to be the contract, like the fuck that could
Right.
just, or if you do have questions, did I agree on this, or I don't remember like agreeing on this, go ahead, refer to the contract, and then you could talk to your associate like, hey, let's chop it up, like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Because
And-
everybody ain't solid though. You know what I'm saying? Because
Man.
it's some people you can say, we gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we doing this. You agree? Oh yeah, I agree. We doing this. And y'all move on that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is though. But everybody don't stand up to that, especially when shit is getting bad. You know what I'm saying? Or when shit is not going the way it's supposed to go.
Man.
You know what I mean? And that's what, like you said something on a previous show about I think a book or show or something you seen where it was a owner of a company, and when something bad would happen and shit though, instead of him just on some woe is me shit, it's like good.
Right.
Now this is how we're gonna counter that. So to have that kind of mind frame, it'll help you. You know what I'm saying? Whether you doing business with somebody and it don't go good, or whether you doing business and it do go good, having a perspective like that to just want to get to a solution is good though, man. And everybody, most people you want to give grace, but sometimes it's hard to give people grace and say like, damn, okay, they just fucked up.
I think like 2025, I understand give a motherfucker grace. We giving motherfuckers grace for years and years and years, like pretty much really. You know what I'm saying? Grace and human compassion, too much of it, you know what I'm saying? It'll cause a motherfucker to trip and fall.
See, but you know what? Well, also like, yes, absolutely. Also, like when when you're in your journey where you can master, like, okay, well, this is just going to, like, this is not going to be emotional for me. Like once we step like on these lines, when we hop into this, it's not going to be emotional for me. So like, if you decide to dive into somebody, I hate like, I'm gonna sound like an asshole, and I don't care. I hate when like people start doing business and they start throwing that friend word around like that, like, and you really don't know them like that. Remember when we were talking about like that,
Right, like that.
like that? No,
That's
for real.
That's a real
You
sentiment.
really don't know them like that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And then like, and I feel like with females, like they'll have that like, oh, like what you mean? Like we're not friends like that, like. Girl, like this is what we're doing, like,
Right.
or are we? You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you're cool, but like it's just like if we formulate a friendship, cool, but like
I think women do that too more than men, as far as with the friendship shit.
man, but the
You know what I'm saying?
but
Oh, that's
and
my friend. That's
it
my
is, it is, and it's hard to like, and that's why I'm speaking on it because it's hard, like as a woman, to really go in and be like, listen, girl, like this is like, I really need us to focus on this, and it be true to that. Like it could be cool, it could be cordial, but it's just like like, I don't need you getting too personal with me, like respectfully.
Right.
I don't need you to try to get too personal. Like I need a boundary to be set. You know what I'm saying? And if we form a friendship like through this, then we form a friendship through this. But it's not like oh, you're my friend. Like now, like we could start cutting corners with what the fuck we doing. Like no,
Right.
no, I did not sign the contracts.
Right. Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. The
and
contract.
the contract says, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's sad in that way because like, you want to sympathize as a woman to be like, yo, like it's not personal. Like, who knows? Maybe we'll get there, but it's still, it's like,
It's let that shit out, Pop.
I just feel like it comes with the journey. It comes
Right.
with the journey, and then it comes with like how Sirpo just said, having grace, but also being like I ain't giving too much of it. Like this is kind of where you got to meet me,
Right.
respectfully. And I hate to make it sound arrogant. It's just like this is where you got to meet me, especially like if like you're trying to do your own personal work of like, staying disciplined or routine or whatever the fuck you're trying to do in your business.
Right.
So
I could dig that.
So it's just like, just setting those boundaries, having those boundaries. A contract definitely is a boundary. You know what I'm saying? A level of respect definitely is a boundary.
Right.
I feel like once a certain level of respect is broken, like our contract,
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? Non-physical contract is like done.
And having integrity. You know what I'm saying? That's a big one too, though, to have integrity, because it's like shit. If I'm not around, is you gonna still take care of responsibilities the way they supposed to be taken care of? Or if I'm not around, are you gonna keep my name clean? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Versus smutting me out. You know what I mean? Or
because
just
you're embarrassed about something, or
Right.
like because you know what I'm saying? You said you got it and you couldn't call on help, or like that's another thing too. Pride in fucking business. That shit like no, you got to be all right. Especially if you got a team, you got to be all right to be like, yo, like, hey,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I might have like bit off more than I could chew. I might need guidance on this. Like, I might need help with that. Like, I don't know if I have, whatever. Just being like open. Like, what's the point of having a team?
Facts.
What's the point of having a team if it's like we can't all use our brains?
Man. and then it's like in doing business, especially in like the entertainment realm and shit, you know what I mean? Kind of that we in and stuff like that. You deal with a lot of janky promoters. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? You get the janky promoters that be with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
You talking about like keys to the street?
Yeah, people like that. You know what I'm saying? On the real.
Fucking destructo.
I said it.
On the real.
Man. I don't got nothing to say.
Somebody has to tell me what happened.
I don't not Solomon.
Sirpo sound like he want to say it.
Right.
I don't even know what happened.
You know what I'm saying?
Like Sirpo like
I don't even know what happened. You know what I'm saying? But what I do know is, you know what I'm saying, as far as like with the janky promotion type shit. You saying you finna do something, you know what I'm saying? You put something out that you're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? You might as well just go ahead and do it. You know what I'm saying? If you can't do so, you know what I'm saying, you like within your planning, you have ample amount of time, you know what I'm saying, to be like, we can't even do this event. Or we can't even do this concert. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the hell it may be. You know what I mean? Versus just like getting there. I'm finna rob Peter to pay Paul.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Peter, you know what I'm saying? On the way to rob Peter, I got stuck up my motherfucking self. So I can't even pay Paul.
Right. Now
You know what
Paul
I'm saying?
tripping.
Now you stuck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Paul really can't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, Paul can be the one to trip, really.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Even Peter.
Yeah, Peter
You know what
too
I'm
though.
saying? But
Peter
the
got
motherfucker
action
doing
in
the
that.
robbing, you really can't do no tripping.
Yeah.
But you're doing a whole lot of pointing.
Yep. Robbing Peter to pay Paul. And the key to that is
Not to the streets.
you know what I'm saying? And the key to that is just
Not to the
I
streets.
cannot.
It's just being professional. You know what I'm saying? And just being straight up though. You know, it's like how you raised is important too though. You know what I mean? Even when you get to business and shit though, because if you have like
Motherfuckers wasn't right.
yeah, but if you yeah, right. But if you have some kind of integrity and you have you know, some compassion and know how to communicate and know how things should be handled, then you're going when you get to the business aspect, if that's something that you want to get into, no matter what you're doing, you're gonna have that in your mind frame to say, damn, okay, let's run this like this, or I can't do this, or to be able to speak up. You know what I'm saying? You're not necessarily you might be at fault in some kind of way, but you're not gonna be condemned if you keep it 100. You know
That
what I'm saying?
because how you move when things turn left are important.
Hey,
Like,
do you think this pride like word is kind of like backwards? You know what I'm saying? Because you know, like people say you have too much pride. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
When you,
know
like
if it's
not
pride
asking
or
for help.
ego. Like,
You understand or whatever it is, but I like wouldn't it be like pride, meaning like you taking pride in what you're doing, asking for the help, you know what I'm saying? Accepting the help, accepting the constructive criticism versus not asking at all. It's like you hiding the pride.
No, because it's kind of tricky and shit though, because you could be too prideful to speak up and say I need help. You could be like
What are you being prideful for? Isn't pride like something like
because you
on the
feel like
verge
you
of being
can
proud?
because you feel like you can do it on your own.
But you know in your head you're not doing it on your own because you know you need to be asking for help, but you hiding your pride by not asking for the help.
It sounds like a person that's in that situation might need some real healing. You know what I'm saying? To figure out to before they can even get to that point of actually doing business and shit though. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta have some key characteristics to yourself to just to be able to function and shit. And then in this day and age though, shit, not even just in this day and age though, but you want to do good business though. You don't want to be shysters people. I mean, especially in a place like LA. You know what I'm saying? LA is a big place, but in certain circles, it's a small place and stuff like that, though. And your reputation is important because and people, you know, and when things don't go the way that they're supposed to go for people that might be dealing with a whole group of people and shit, though, that might be involved in certain things to a certain percentage, but not fully involved in this shit though. When somebody drowning, a lot of the times they want to grab you to hold on to either you gonna pull them out or you gonna drown with them. They want somebody to drown with them and fall with them, and like it's not just me, it's them too, or it's her too, it's him too. You know what I'm saying? Versus just dealing with the shit and moving on and know and having the expectation and the understanding of like what you getting yourself into. You know what I'm saying? Like just to know what you're getting yourself into and know what can come from it. And like I said, in a place like LA to do bad business and shit like that, it can cause a whole bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what realm that you in, it can cause a whole bunch of shit.
and the thing,
You
like,
know what I'm
right,
saying?
and that's just what it is. It's like, and I feel like, like even because when you go into something with somebody, projects, whatever, because we keep using this word business, it could just be a project. You know what I'm saying? It could be
Right.
like something like that, like, but then things start to change, and you're just like, okay, like, but even though you go into it with good intentions, like, still you gotta expect the unexpected.
Right.
You gotta expect the unexpected and try to like collaboratively figure out how to move. You know what I'm saying? If you're just kind of like fucking off everybody else, like as if like it's a bad look. Like who's gonna want to support you when you're just like, oh, let's do this, but like no, like it's
See,
like
but
this is what I'm gonna do, and
yeah,
like y'all just sit here. This is what I'm gonna do, and it's just like how is this? How is like? I feel like even though you go into
people
it
can
with
be
it,
fooled though.
no, absolutely, absolutely. But that's the thing with like what Sirpo was just saying about letting that pride drown you. Like it's just like Cause it's like, yo, even though we might not agree on everything going into this project, we might not agree on everything going into this episode.
Right.
But how we're moving throughout the episode, how we're gonna talk about the episode later, how we're gonna plan the next one is what's gonna
Right.
be important. Like the respect don't change.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It don't matter who here gets frustrated. Like the respect don't
You
change.
still got to keep it moving. Though.
Right.
Yup,
You can
and
be,
figure
you
it
know what I'm
out.
saying?
Yeah.
You got to keep it moving. You got to figure it out. You got to be like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like,
Yeah.
and like, it's part of like, it's also part of the growth. If you don't like, if you're not willing to accept that and be like, all right,
Yeah.
cool. Like, then how are you going to grow in as an entrepreneur, period? How are you going to grow? You know what I'm saying? Like,
question. Hey, look, I want to give a shout out to my boy at the smoke box though, brand. But I took I had some of them gummies earlier though, so it just put me in a little mind frame, you know, like a very pleasant mind frame, you know what I'm saying?
shout out to Smokebox.
Shout out to smoke box though,
Shout out to
man.
Smoke box.
Because a lot of things can just like tweak your mood and stuff like that with dealing with people. You know what I'm saying? And it could put you in a place to where, like I was saying though, like a place like LA, depending on, you know, what circles you moving in and bringing on the aspect, even if it's wrong, of somebody doing bad business and shit though, can bring on a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? It could bring on a lot of different things, you know what I'm saying? On so many levels.
I seen someone, I seen a quote, it said, the toes you step on today could be connected to the ass you kiss tomorrow.
Man.
Man.
That's crazy though, but we ain't kissing no asses.
We not.
Yeah, we ain't.
But we know a lot of asses.
Yeah, we ain't kissing no asses and shit though. And other than the end of 420 weekend, 420 weekend was off the chain and shit though. Y'all know when 420 was, right? It was on 420.
That's right.
You feel me? And we ended up hit push play on the video while we getting through it, man.
We ended up
Bro,
hitting up Kush
About to walk
Stock.
up in this thing.
Yeah, Cuzzo kept telling us he was an hour away for about 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? For about 3 hours until he was finally like, I don't think I'm gonna make it, Cuzzo. You know what I'm saying? But that's what we did though. We turned up. Black and Yellow was everywhere.
Shout out to Black and Yellow.
Yeah, shout out to Black and Yellow though, man. But we was all through that thing, man. Shout out to all the vendors that pushed up.
I peeped the 420 honeys in there.
Yeah, the
They
420 honeys was up in there though, and it was fun. And in my opinion, it seemed like it was more people than Adelanto.
LA was a vibe.
Yes.
LA was a vibe.
Yes, it was definitely a vibe.
Shout out to Chef Need More Butter, MJ. She was in there doing it.
Chef MJ, yep, she was in there.
That, look at her right. That's my girl.
Everything.
You know?
They had everything you could possibly think of. They had the dog breeders. They had the you know what I'm saying, the tree booths. You know what I'm saying, with a lot of tree on it. You know what I'm saying, around it. They had the food vendors. You know what I mean? They had a lot of different attractions. They had the artists performing. You know, they had the whole little setup, and it was at the Beehive. Shout out to the Beehive. You know, it went up. We've been to a couple of events at the Beehive, man, and it always go up at that place, man. Shout out to Stizzy. They had the dice little game cracking with the big dice. Yeah, I can't think of the brother's name, but it was towards the end. The two guys that was up there performing and shit though, but they did their shit.
Their name, right?
We never caught their name.
We never caught their
music.
name. Yeah, we caught the music. We didn't walk in when they introduced them and stuff like that.
What was one line from their music?
We the best.
Can't stand you.
We the best. You know what I'm saying? If you would have been there, you'd have heard it.
I like the flow of like it was two guys, and clearly they've been doing this with each other a while, and then they just kept. I like the instead of everyone got a verse, whatever, but the back and forth, every couple bars.
Yeah,
I
it was
like
cracking.
that, where they was like,
and it was like an East Coast kind of like they was flowing though, like they was really flowing and stuff though. Kush Stock, that was the Kush Stock day, man. Then the next day we pushed up to this other event. We was vendors at the event.
it was a dope weekend. What was your best way to smoke that weekend?
My best way to smoke that weekend?
What was your best way to smoke that weekend? Like you
Oh,
had,
my
you had
best
a
way
little
to smoke?
variety going
Oh,
on.
I had a variety, but my best way to smoke, I had the AJ, the infused thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That was my best way to smoke. I took that down on 420.
that's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? And that was my best way to smoke right there, though, because I knew it was clean and it was some good green.
That's
You know what I mean?
right.
But I did shop at a few different vendors and stuff like that, though.
Right.
Yeah.
What about you, Sirpo? What was you smoking on?
Shit, a little bit of everything. Nah, but I just been
Right.
like I just been on the SFG lately
That's right.
in the lemon cherry gelato. That's it.
Man, they had it was the black and yellow had this one strain called Gucci. That shit was nice.
Right. Yeah.
That shit was
I got some of that
nice.
too.
That and the Sub-Zero
That's
was
what it
nice.
was.
The
Yeah,
Sub-Zero.
the Sub-Zero and the Gucci. Yeah.
That was
Because we both was on them.
pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shout
Nah,
out to black
excuse
and
me.
yellow.
It was something I was chilling. I was chilling with some of my people the other night. Yeah, I'm smoking on the shit we was smoking on. They fired some shit up with me. You know what I'm saying? And it took me like way back. You know what I'm saying? Like that good chronic taste. You know what I'm saying? That good, like, you can taste it. I don't give a fuck what you roll this up in,
Right.
what you hit it out of, and you finna taste the authenticity of this.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, man, where you get this motherfucking weed from? They didn't even know. They couldn't remember where they got it from.
Right.
But that was like, you know what I'm saying, some good shit to me.
Oh,
Taste-wise, you know what I'm saying?
so what you were saying though, you was in a rotation.
Man, nigga, I got some bud from some.
Oh,
like,
okay,
I'm
for
chilling
sure,
with,
for sure.
motherfucker.
For sure. I'm just making sure though. I'm just trying to see if you was in a rotation, oh boy. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
See, and then look, and then like with the people that you're around, you know what I'm saying, if you do speak certain things and if they like actually know, you know what I'm saying, your type of character, they'll know you wasn't in no session and shit like that.
Cause I had to come with the dump truck on a nigga though.
What's wrong with the rotation, Sirpo? What's wrong with the rotation?
Ain't nothing wrong with no rotation. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Not your thing.
Motherfuckers you know. You know what I'm saying?
But look though, even with some of the people you know though, you don't know if they, you know what I'm saying, what they did with their mouth the day before, you know what I'm saying?
Or that
or whatever.
morning.
You don't, yeah, or that morning. You don't know. You're not in the bathroom with them or waking up with them. You don't know what
20
that
minutes
mouth
prior.
do. You know what I'm saying?
That's for sure. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
a fact.
And it's like when it comes to shit like that, yeah, you know what I'm saying, you'll logically think, you know what I'm saying, just like, ugh, gross. You know what I'm saying? But like when the motherfucker first came into this shit before motherfuckers had like the social media hearing, certain all other kind of little shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You'll just kick it with your loved ones and you'll just blow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker say the word blow. You know what I'm saying? And not be pause. You know what I'm saying? Scared
Right.
to be insecure, like
Right.
who the fuck you are. You know what I'm saying? But like shit, like nowadays, it's like you might as well not even breathe.
Uh,
You know what I'm saying? You breathe. It's something wrong with that.
right.
You know what I'm saying? You tie your shoe left over right. Nigga, something wrong with that.
Let me ask you this question though. Let me
Man.
ask you this question though. Just say like somebody you know. You know what I'm saying? Walk up, boom, you blowing. You sitting right there blowing. And then you walk up, but they facing this way. You know what I'm saying? You like, they like, oh, let me hit that shit smell good, my nigga. Let me hit that. Boom. So you give them the woo wop, bam.
I don't take it back. I've done that already.
No,
Even
but
people-
listen, no,
like
but
even
listen, no.
people,
On
you know what I'm
it,
saying,
no,
that probably
no.
done sat here on this couch.
You give them the woo wop, right? Boom. But this nigga, you own, like, man, you like, man, this my last, this a hypothetical. This is my last little woo I'm rolling, but I'm gonna let
I'm
them,
not passing.
but I'm gonna let them hit it. But look, let me get this
You're
off,
not
though.
hitting it.
But look though, and
You
then
can't get that off because you're not
and then
gonna
look,
hit this way.
they turn around and then on the side of they got a whole bunch of white shit on the side of their face.
So
They
if
like,
you
here.
let them hit your weed,
Here, if you don't see it, I'm saying if you don't see it, and then they say
You
here.
already handed it out?
then you
Yeah.
just hear me say you just said it's my last one. Nigga, it's not even finna that motion is not gonna happen. That like this is non-existent.
Oh
Thi-
man.
Oh, this is non-existent. Nah.
So what makes it okay, like with knowing somebody to pass the weed to them? And what aspect? Like how close you gotta be to them to be like, I'm comfortable passing my shit to you.
What you mean?
Like you said, it's some people that you'll jump in a rotation with. So what makes you comfortable enough to jump in that rotation with them people?
What makes you comfortable enough?
Yeah, you. I'm asking you. Like, what
makes
you,
me comfortable
yeah,
enough?
to jump in that rotation with the way a nigga feel like, nigga,
My
I'm
trust
smoking my
line.
own.
If I have a trust line with you, if I know you a stand up motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? I know you ain't no nasty motherfucker.
Santa motherfuckers still eat ass.
all that shit is understandable. You know what I'm saying? Like what I'm
Anybody
saying.
eating ass
Motherfucker still suck on musty titties. You know what I'm saying?
Now, you know what I'm saying? It's like if you want to say some shit like this, a lot of niggas smoke with they bras. Your bras suck on your nuts and balls, and you smoke right behind them. So, nigga, you sucking on your own nuts and balls. Right? You know what I'm saying? If you putting it that way, right?
No,
you, know
you ain't sucking on it. You might be tasting
Oh, you
them.
smoking. You smoking on your own nuts and balls. You know what I'm saying?
He's smoking on you tonight.
Like, really
smoking
though.
on me tonight.
You know what I'm saying? If motherfuckers get technical with it.
Yeah, but those people probably they probably don't have this stipulation like, nigga, I'm smoking my own. They probably don't give a fuck about jumping in this rotation and jumping in that rotation. You know what I'm saying? But we have a stipulation though of we not jumping in everybody I'm creating my own rotation and it's gonna go like this. I might put it in the ashtray and pick it back up and hit that motherfucker.
See, now you say of me jumping in someone else's, you know what I'm saying, session. You know what I'm saying? You stated, you know what I'm saying, for me to pass something on.
Yeah, that was just that one little part, cause that was that one little part I was talking about. With, you know what I'm saying, if somebody walked up, but you didn't even want to answer it.
What you mean? I just said, nigga, that part is going down.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not going to pass it.
Right. So why you go back to it?
This nigga stupid.
Lord Jesus.
You know what I'm saying though?
Lost.
Before 420 was cool though, man. I think for a person that blow all the time, you know, me personally, I still can appreciate 420. And what I can appreciate about 420 though is like the community. You know what I'm saying? Going out,
it ain't
community.
How can you have a like when you go like I just want to ask something. Like when you go like part of like smoking in the cannabis community, you have a certain shit they call a little sesh.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? When you pass, you know what I'm saying, you pass certain bud around. Like what made that? No,
sesh don't have to be passing bud around, but go ahead.
Ask the question. You know what I'm saying? That's old school. You can go like way back in time. Motherfuckers get bud, puff, pass. You know what I'm saying? That been a thing, you know what I'm saying? Long
right.
puff, pass. What made that non-existent?
Puff pass is not non-existent, but puff pass came because niggas was holding the weed too long.
No, I'm saying when did it I'm talking like when did it stop for somebody to hold the weed too long?
Yeah,
you have to be in the session. For you to hold the weed too long, you have to be in the session.
Right.
I'm saying when did that like stop? Because damn near everybody is like, shit, hell no, I ain't smoking behind nobody. But you'll drink a bottle behind somebody, you know what I'm saying? You're going to do some other shit, but it's always, I ain't smoking behind nobody.
But you say like, so like when...
When did it stop? Like what made that? I'm actually just like an arrow.
With the sesh.
Because that was known, you know what I'm saying? You'll get with your buddies, you know what I'm saying? We got a nickel bag of weed, you know what I'm saying? It's like 3-4 of us.
Yeah.
We finna go and get blowed. Pass, nigga.
When
did that stop though?
Remember before COVID, we used to do it all the time. Like niggas pull up, you got your woo wop, you got the
so COVID made that stop.
For me personally, I'm gonna keep it 100. I never really liked smoking with motherfuckers anyway. But COVID made it easier to be like, I'm cool. Like I'm gonna roll my own shit though. It made it easier. You know what I'm saying? Because some people might give you that look like, damn, my nigga, I really want to hit that. You know what I'm saying? But I done had it happen. Like, I'm sitting there blowing, and it was one of our cousins. Nigga looking at it. I'm sitting there blowing, and I'm like, cuz I got some bud, roll something up. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm smoking this, but you can roll something up and shit though. But me personally, I smoke a lot. Like a sesh can be this too though. We could be at the sesh, just say y'all two. It's a hypothetical passing back and forth from each other.
Still didn't answer the question though, but
you said when did it change? I said I don't COVID for me. I'm answering it for me. And that's what I said. I said COVID for me. That's when it changed and shit though. But on a hypothetical, if we sit in a sesh, this is a sesh. Cause we blowing.
Okay.
Y'all passing. And then I walk in. Y'all pass, y'all blowing this shit though. But I walk in with my own shit. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, I'm just talking to y'all, but I'm blowing. And I'm
Y'all smoking together.
Yeah, y'all smoking together though. And the nigga, this happens in our little circles too though. A motherfucker be like, you want to hit this? I'd be like, no, I'm cool, cuz oh. You know what I'm saying? Or, no, I'm cool. I'm smoking on this. You know what I'm saying? I love this. What I love too though, because I do love like smoking by myself though. But being around people, the community. You know what I'm saying? This is what I love too though. When a nigga got a blunt or you know what I'm saying, or a backwood, because I don't smoke those. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a nigga try to pass it, so I don't have to share mine now for sure, because I'm not hitting your shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sad.
They tell me this, like on a hypothetical. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got like Snoop, you got Be Real, you got the top weed smokers and shit, Wiz Khalifa and all that. You know what I'm saying? And they got their own protective strains, and they just like passing around. Is you gonna get in that session? You know what I'm saying? Like you with the OGs and shit at the game.
I'ma respectfully, before any cameras or anything, I'ma respectfully ask, can I roll my old joint? Respectfully. You know what I'm saying? You know,
So anytime, you know what I'm saying, you motherfuckers out.
They probably eat the most ass.
man. And, you know what I'm saying? It's just the precautions and shit though. But like I said, that's the only thing that I liked about COVID, is it helped me hold on to my weed without having to do extra shit or make a motherfucker feel bad and shit though. Cause you only get a chosen few that really will come and be like, man, let me hit that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm generous though. I want to see you you blow and shit like that. So
It's kind of like
I'll
the
give
way
you
I
a
be
joint
holding
or
my
roll
blunts.
up. You know what I'm saying?
You know how they be like, motherfuckers not approachable. I mean, sometimes the way my blunt is being held, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of like unapproachable when you be out.
Yeah.
Because it look like, you know what I'm saying? Hell nah.
Right. Hey, I like that though. It looked like hell no.
You do just like honestly, like I don't be catching when you're smoking or not. It
Right.
just be there or it don't
Right,
be.
like, hell no.
It's just like
You know that's
be like an unapproachable joint.
right. That's the unapproachable
nah.
joint. Like nigga.
The Sirpo, the unapproachable
Oh
joint.
man.
Let's go.
Man. But like I said, with 420, the community of being around a lot of different people, and you don't have to be passing shit to sesh. We could be sitting in this motherfucker getting our sesh on with our own shit. You know what I'm saying? No matter where you at, sit in the car, sitting at a 420 event. You know what I'm saying? We session. The whole fucking everybody in that motherfucker session, and everybody is in their own little lanes of what they doing, and but we sessioning. You see the cloud up there though. You know what I'm saying? We session in this place though, but just seeing some of the different vendors that come out, because they had a wide variety of vendors from cannabis to food to different levels.
Dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they had
that dogs.
Yeah, they had the dog. They had a dog
That's crazy
booth.
how far cannabis community reach. They have dog breeders.
Yeah, the breeders.
They were like I don't even remember what they were.
What kind of dogs they were? Yeah, I forgot.
But they have to either be Frenchies, bullies.
Something
They
mixed.
look mixed.
Bulldogs,
They look like
you know what
a
I'm
Frenchie
saying?
mix.
Something mixed. Yeah.
Yeah, but they were adorable.
Then they had and then like the little juices, cause you know you get parched, you get that cotton mouth when you blowing. You know what I'm saying? So they had the little lemonade. I didn't even get one though, but Pop had one. She fucked it up fast. You know what I'm saying?
I went in there thirsty as hell.
Oh, everything. That's the first thing you said too. Once we got in, you was like, "Where's the drinks?" I said, "Come on, we gonna find it." You know what I'm saying?
For real, hydration. I do not play with that.
Facts.
Right. I love the creativity, like of 420 or just like the cannabis community. I love the creativity. You know what I'm saying? Like
the costumes.
You know
So
what people are trying to roll. You know, it's literally a community. Everyone puts their whatever little thing together, and it's just
the
like,
women. It's crazy.
man.
You know what I'm saying? The women dressed up, looking nice. The little costumes, the green booty shorts, weed leaves. You get weed leaves. You get stems. You get buds. You get bongs.
You don't get weed.
Yeah, you get the weed cheeks. You know what I'm saying? You get all that. You know what I'm saying? So
Bud cheeks,
yeah.
kind of cheeks.
And then you run into what I do like about the community. You might see somebody that you seen at the event from last year. You know what I'm saying? And be like, oh man, how you been since then? Type thing. So
Right.
it's the community of it all, and just taking all that in, and the music.
Yep.
Some of the music be trash, but a lot of the music be good. And shout out to the artists that be doing their thing with their music.
That's right. Kush Talk definitely did their thing in LA this year.
They turned that up though, man. I liked it better than Adelanto, man. And shouts to Kushstock, man. Do it again in LA.
Probably because
next
niggas
year.
wasn't getting their shoes dirty.
Right. All
At
yeah.
Atlanta, you shoes dusty in them out.
On the real, yeah, the
Man.
baseball, yeah, the baseball. Pop ain't never been to the Kushstock out there though, but every Kushstock we've been to since 2018, the end of 2018 has been out there. I think they used to do I'm not sure if they do it now though, but I know they was doing 2 a year. It was one in the beginning,
In
around
October.
420, and then the one in October. So it's probably one coming up again in October. I hope they do that one in LA too though. But
Right.
wherever they at, we gonna tap in.
Don't it be like Orange County somewhere, Anaheim, that area?
Uh,
For the second one of the year or something like that.
no, it's always in Adelanto.
Yeah.
It's always in Adelanto.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do their thing.
Yep,
They do their thing.
on everything.
So shout out to the holidays, man. Shout out to the holidays.
Shout out to the holidays, man. And look, just a reminder. Put that camera on me. Just a reminder. In the world, when you dealing with people, treat people with respect all the time. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing business with people, stay above ground with the way you do business. You know what I'm saying? Don't undercut or try to do people dirty or try to put people in a situation where they have to defend their name. Because all we have out here is our reputation. And if our reputation is ruined, shit is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So you trying to build your reputation back, or it might be just too damaging type shit though. But keep it moving, keep it honest, keep it straight, and you know what I'm saying, and just
Hold
keep
that
it real.
integrity.
Yep, and hold that motherfucking integrity. Say that, man. You say that, Pop. What you say?
Hold that integrity. Hold that integrity
On the real,
at all times.
Don't let them take you out of it and shit though, man.
That part.
Well,
All right.
Yeah. Y'all got anything else y'all want to tell the people before we get up out of here?
Have a great day.
Best Way to Smoke merch coming soon. Let's go.
Man, look, I'm finna run it down before we go. Look, shout out. I want to say this though, man. He say I'm always the one that do it though. Go to this camera though, man. Look, shout out to Warrior Beverages, man. They got the water, they got the energy drinks. They got it coming and stuff, man. And you can type in BW2S _ dash podcast. You know what I'm saying? To get that 10% discount on your purchase, man. Tap in with them, man. Get that good water, them electrolytes, and get that energy drink if you need that boost. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
right. Shout out Warrior Beverages.
Everything.
Let's go.
And then for us, look, man, tap in www.bestwaytosmoke.com. Check out the merch that we have available on there. We got our electric grinders. We got rolling papers. We got some more stuff coming soon. And you can also find certain news articles related to the cannabis industry in there. We will be updating for events that we will be attending, and for events that's coming up in the cannabis industry, man. So stay tuned for that and tap into the website. And you can find us on every fucking platform at Best Way to Smoke with the number 2, not T.O. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Oh, hold on. One more thing. For me, one more thing for me. And you can find me, Big J, spelled just like that, Big J _ BW2S, man. You can find me on a few little platforms, YouTube and on Instagram, TikTok, all that. I don't be dancing though, but you can find me over there though. You feel me?
TikTok's still moving. I don't know how, but it's still moving.
It's cracking.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
That's
for
right.
sure. So on that note, and you can find this man right here. Hold on. You can find this man at what?
Y'all know where to find me at on your favorite smoking partner. I ain't new to y'all. Y'all ain't new to me. Y'all know where I'm at.
Some people might be new though, because it's
yeah,
millions
well,
of
if you-
people.
To you millions of people, BW2S _ Sirpo Jr. That's it.
That's right. And you can find your professional hype woman C_pop34. That's C_POP34. And Monday nights, tap into Uncensored Radio, BFAM.
Yep.
Facts.
Said it to the millions and millions
Every Monday night at 6
Facts,
p.m.
man. We appreciate
of your
y'all.
favorite smoking partner fans.
Make sure you stay elevated with Big J, man.
And stay smoking with your favorite smoking partner, Sirpo.
And C.pop next time.